Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 1000 LB Sisters Wedding Countdown is on. Amy Slayton prepares to walk down the aisle, but will sister Tammy and family attend? 1000 LB Sisters star Amy Slayton is counting down to her Halloween wedding to fiancé Brian Scott Lovern, although fans are wondering just how involved sister Tammy will be, with Amy confirming there's only 39 days left until her big day. She shared a smiley selfie of her and Brian during a day out at a Tennessee amusement park. In the comment section, fans asked if the Slayton clan would be attending the wedding with Tammy and her other siblings initially refusing to go. "Have you convinced your family to come?" one follower wrote below Amy and Brian's photo. The question has been on everybody's mind, especially considering it's been no secret that Tammy does not approve of Amy's relationship with Brian. Amy did not reply to the comment, so the question still remains unanswered. The countdown had officially begun. For Amy Slayton, the weight of anticipation was almost as heavy as the weight she had once carried, though now it wasn't about pounds. It was about pressure, expectation, and the sheer reality of walking down an aisle in front of friends, family, and millions of fans who had followed her journey for years. Amy had always been a force of nature, a whirlwind of emotions, and her wedding day promised to be no different. Brian had been the calm in her storm, mostly. Their relationship had blossomed under the watchful eyes of cameras, social media, and the occasional skeptic comment from strangers who didn't know them personally. But as the days ticked down, even Brian's calm demeanor couldn't completely erase the flurry of wedding day jitters that Amy carried like an extra layer of armor. Amy's sister, Tammy, was a story unto herself in the wedding countdown saga. Tammy had always been fiercely protective of Amy, but their sibling dynamic was complicated, as viewers had learned over multiple seasons. Tammy's skepticism about Brian's intentions had been the stuff of television drama, punctuated by more than a few fiery arguments. So naturally, the question on everyone's mind was, would Tammy actually be at the wedding? The cameras hadn't stopped rolling, and social media was buzzing with speculation. "Do you think she's going to come?" Amy asked Brian one morning, her voice a mixture of hope and apprehension. She was sitting at the kitchen table, sipping her oversized mug of coffee that seemed comically small for her in the early morning light. Brian shrugged, trying to suppress a grin. "I think she'll come. She loves you, Amy, and she knows this day is important to you." Amy rolled her eyes, the playful skepticism that always made her so relatable flickering across her face. "You say that now, but last time she said something about my unrealistic expectations and, well, let's just say it got messy." The wedding planners had become a constant in Amy's life, appearing in her living room like clockwork, each armed with color swatches, cake samples, and the kind of patience that could only be described as saintly. Amy was particular, not in a difficult way, but in a way that demanded authenticity. Her vision for the wedding was uniquely hers, big, bold, and unapologetically joyful. Every detail mattered. The dress was a statement, reflecting both her journey and her personality. Elegant yet comfortable, beautiful but not impractical. She had chosen blush pinks and soft golds, a palette that mirrored the warmth she hoped the day would radiate. Brian's suit was tailored to perfection, a contrast to his usual laid-back style, signaling just how seriously he took this day, and Amy herself. But it wasn't all serene bridal bliss. Amy's mind was a constant whirlwind of logistics, emotions, and family dynamics. She worried about her nieces and nephews, the seating arrangements, even the timing of the flower girl's entrance. And lurking in the background was the lingering anxiety about Tammy. Not only was Tammy unpredictable, but she had also been through her own tumultuous journey on the show, making her attendance, or lack thereof, a storyline in itself. Amy's close friends were her anchor. They spent hours going over plans, rehearsing timelines, and even coordinating hair and makeup trials. It was exhausting, yes, but it was also exhilarating. Every text message ping, every call from the wedding planner, every carefully curated Instagram story added to the mounting excitement. Amy knew that this day wasn't just about her. It was a celebration of love, resilience, and the power of family, no matter how messy that family might be. As the countdown hit double digits, the pace intensified. Dress fittings turned into full-on marathon sessions, with Amy laughing and joking with the seamstress about the absurdity of wedding life. Brian practiced his vows in the mirror, mumbling and stumbling over the words, while Amy secretly filmed him for posterity. Even Tammy, when she did eventually appear, was part of the whirlwind, her presence both comforting and chaotic, just as it had always been. Social media was ablaze. Fans speculated about everything from the wedding playlist to the potential drama that might erupt during the ceremony. Will Tammy make a dramatic entrance? One post asked. Are there going to be bridesmaids' fights? Another inquired. Amy, for her part, oscillated between amusement and mild exasperation. She had learned long ago that her life was never going to be private. And now, as the countdown ticked ever closer to the big day, she accepted it as part of the experience. Behind the scenes, there were moments of tenderness. Amy and Brian shared quiet breakfasts, held hands during late-night planning sessions, and even took a few moments to reflect on how far they had come. From the initial spark to the whirlwind of reality TV fame, every step of their journey had led to this point. The final week was a blur of last-minute adjustments. Cakes were taste-tested and taste-approved, seating charts finalized, and emergency kits prepared for anything from wardrobe malfunctions to unexpected tears. Amy found herself oscillating between hyper-focused organization and moments of childlike giddiness. She laughed, cried, and sometimes did both at the same time, a roller coaster that perfectly mirrored her life's journey. And then came the eve of the wedding. Amy sat in her room, looking at the dress hanging against the wall, its soft fabrics glowing in the soft lamplight. Brian peeked in, carrying a small tray of cookies. Nervous? He asked. Amy shrugged, a small smile tugging at her lips. Excited, scared, hopeful, all of it. Brian knelt beside her, taking her hand. Whatever happens tomorrow, it's going to be amazing. You're amazing. The words were simple, but they carried a weight that felt heavier than any dress, any decoration, or any social media speculation. Amy breathed deeply, letting the words settle, feeling a rare moment of calm amidst the storm of anticipation. As the final hours ticked away, one thing was certain. This wedding wasn't just a day. It was a milestone, a celebration of perseverance, love, and the messy, beautiful chaos of life itself. And as Amy Slayton prepared to walk down the aisle, cameras rolling and hearts full, she knew one thing above all else. No matter what happened, this was her moment. Her story, and for the first time in a long while, she felt ready to embrace it fully. The countdown had ended. The day had arrived. And for Amy Slayton, with Brian by her side and the world watching, it was everything she had dreamed of, and more.